episode of Truth Squad. And today's Truth Squad is about, well, mm, um, a lot of people's New Age fantasies. What are the New Age fantasies? Well, they're nothing new. Around 1850, the Seventh-day Adventist Church had some people that believed that there was going to be a rapture around in the 1800s. And so they prepared, and guess what? There was no rapture. What is a rapture? Well, the rapture movies, I don't watch them, but you know enough about them. It's when good people are going to dissolve in this reality and be beamed up to heaven. And then the remainder of the people left on earth are going to have an Armageddon war. Yeah. And now the New Age things that people are looking for. Oh my God, it's so kooky. There was this channeler. Oh, saw this channeler. It was easily 10 or 12 years ago. They were posting on the internet. And whoever they were channeling, somebody said that the US government had in secret passed a series of laws that was together called NESARA, National Economic Stabilization and Recovery Act. And it was all secret and all sealed and all approved by the Supreme Court, and it just had to have the right time before it was announced. Well, it never happened, NESARA. And but the people, that believed in this rapture idea, they never really give up. You can never really stop one of these crazy people. Once they've got their ideas all set from Cuckoo Pants Land, then they really hold on to these ideas. And what a bunch of them did is get together and they changed it from NESARA to GESARA. They changed the N to a G. What did they go back and find all this old legislation in the U.S. Congress that was all titled NESARA, and they crossed out the N and then they wrote in red pen G, whatever G stands for. But sometimes you hear of GESARA. This is a phony baloney thing cooked up by some child's imagination. There is no NESARA, there is no GESARA. There is no rapture in the past, and there is no rapture in the future. There is no Armageddon war coming. How about the extraterrestrials? We are not going to have a first contact experience with extraterrestrials. Either, the president announcing that he's been talking to somebody from somewhere else off planet, and it's not going to happen to individual people either. This is Truth Squad. If people start seeing extraterrestrials, they're not. They're having hallucinations. At best, they're having hallucinations. At worst, someone is playing a nasty practical joke on you, and they're getting dressed up in exquisite costumes that make them look like they're from a foreign land. Is there going to be, as Stuart Wilde predicted, a great renewal on planet Earth, led by a bunch of tall boys that have arrived from the celestial worlds? No, 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 no. There is nothing true about this great renewal. This is simply a Stuart Wilde marketing gimmick to get gullible people to buy his books and attend his lectures. So, unfortunately, pretty much the world you see is the world you're going to experience for the rest of your life. That's the truth. Now, as far as entertainment, watching the people promoting NESARA GESARA, some great renewal, some great rapture, I don't really want to laugh at these people because these people have golden hearts. They really do. They have golden hearts. They have these, they just really want heaven on earth more than anything. Golden-hearted people. But they're sadly misled. Planet Earth's most likely outcome for the next few years is pretty much what we experienced this year. We do not have an overwhelming majority of the population that believes in masks or freedom from masks. No, there's no majority. It's pretty much like, I don't know what the presidential election is going to come down to, but the media is going to plan it to be a close call. And whoever wins, it's going to be, down to the wire, because that attracts the most eyeballs on election night, which gives a lot of viewership to the advertisers who pay top dollar to be on the air during an election campaign and on election night. Top dollar, because they get eyeballs and they're all about the advertising value. Now, the number of people who are actually even interested in the Q phenomenon, anon. I'm not going to say those two, things together, because apparently now it's been forbidden by social media to even say that word, because it's a tin hat conspiracy that has been forbidden. We have got it's hard to make a video, in the middle of it, someone yells at me about something completely different, and then I lose track of my train of thought. And I don't know what I was saying before I was interrupted. So, basically all I want to tell you from Truth Squad is, I know what I was talking. I was talking about this AI that scans all of the videos and all of everything that goes on to the internet to look to see if it's one of those forbidden subjects. And this is one of those forbidden subjects that you cannot talk about anymore. And if you tried to talk about it some more, you'd be like Alex Jones and you would be banned from social media. So, we do not have freedom of expression on social media. And the reason why is that social media is not run by the government. It's run by private corporations. And they have their own agendas. And pretty much they're trying to stamp out any idea that there's a revolution brewing. Is there a revolution brewing? No chance. No chance. Because the real people who run anything from the military to any other major organization don't want a revolution. They like it the way things are. Are we going to have another 9/11 fiasco in a few years? Yes. We are going to have these staged events because it creates a lot of internal turmoil among the people. It keeps them busy, and it gives reasons for us to have large militaries and large governmental organizations, large legal systems, and large clampdowns on people's freedom of speech. You were not on planet Earth to start a revolution. You are on planet Earth to live through your karma. The best thing you can do as an individual person is to spend a lot of time alone, a lot of time meditating, and a lot of time doing what I'm going to call grounding. And what is the grounding? It means getting real. If you walk around your neighborhood and talk to everybody in your neighborhood, how many people in your neighborhood ever heard of any of these things I was talking about? New Age claptrap. And if they've heard of that other thing, they're going to say, it's a conspiracy theory, and I don't give it any consideration whatsoever. People who talk about that are pretty much comics, like me, or they're mentally ill. So I call myself a comic, so I can talk about these things. The reason that you want to spend a lot of time meditating is so you don't get caught up in either ideas that there's a great apocalypse coming, and we're going to have Hunger Games on the street, or that we're going to have a rapture. Buddha called it the middle way. And the middle way is pretty much be yourself. And if being yourself causes you to talk about Nasara and Jasara, for your sake, mark yourself down as a comedian. And if you consider yourself to be an ascension teacher, I'm pretty much going to go on to your wherever your site is, either Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to read what you have to say, and I'm going to cut it up. And I did that to somebody who was calling, their name was Garth. Their first name was Garth, and then they had in brackets, Pharaoh. Some Garth guy who's calling himself an ascension teacher. Well, I went on to their Facebook page, and lo and behold, the shit that they were posting was pretty much racist crap. And I told this person, you could be a speechwriter for Nazi Germany with your racist ideas that were all discredited as pseudoscience. Well, people don't like it when they hear the truth from Truth Squad. The other person blocked me. Somebody in the background is saying it sounds like that Mythbusters. Yeah, it's like Mythbusters. Can you ascend from planet Earth to some other dimension? No. You are here for the duration of your lifespan. That's the deal. Are weird things going to happen to you in your life? Yes. Part of the fun of being here on Earth is that sometimes really inexplicable things happen. Does that mean we're going to have first contact with extraterrestrials? No. We have no evidence at all that extraterrestrials are going to be landing in the garden, in the rose garden of the White House, or in my backyard. And we know that the military has got spacecraft that they don't disclose that could very well look like alien craft.